Howdy, howdy everyone. Welcome to the stream. And yes, there's the new pallbearer right there. Hope y'all doing alright. Today, we're going to be working on some more NPCs, specifically the cheese merchant. Because if you've been following along, then you know that the cheese merchant is the... cheese in itself is a sort of potion system. And so, potion crafting will not likely be in the demo, but we're still going to introduce the concept of cheese as potions. So that's what we're going to be working on today. We're going to be drawing, and we'll be talking about some other NPCs as well. I've done a lot of work on the game in the past week. I've been streaming development over on the Discord, so these streams from now on will be art focused, and I'm going to be, doing all that, like actual coding and stuff on the Discord. So you can see here, we got the little level editor, and not new there, but I've done a lot of improvements to the enemy AI. Their wander logic is a lot better. It's not as sporadic. They actually just wander around instead of randomly picking locations. And they'll even stop to move and stuff like that. And then I've actually implemented a bit of a faction system. Not for these specifically, but enemies can actually fight each other just by switching the toggle switch. And so that's going to help a lot with the pet system when we get to that, because I just have to tell the pets that, you need to attack the skeletons. The skeletons were attacking me. You can see the sprouts earlier were not attacking me. We'll have neutral mobs. And so what I'm thinking with the pet system is maybe you come across a neutral mob and then you can capture it. And that would be one way to obtain a pet. And so as you can see, if I go back and find the sprout and we switch him back over to an enemy. Now these, you can only select one at a time because it's not fully implemented yet. So we'll switch them over to an enemy, and you'll see they no longer attack each other. They're all friendly now, but they will attack me. So pretty cool stuff. All it takes is a simple toggle switch, and all it does is change who they can target. Great stuff. So that is that, and I've done a lot of polish stuff. As you can see, the sword rotation looks so good. Look how good that looks. I'm so happy with that. Sword rotation, the menu stuff, it's got a little bit of polish to it. And yeah, all that. A lot of stuff. So, but we are going to get started with the drawing of the characters. Yes, I'm thinking with this system, I'm going to lean even more into pets than I was before. Also, I don't know if let me show this bit right quick. The AI is a lot smarter as well. They don't just move towards you. They sort of strafe around you, making combat that much more interesting. So as you can see, they're surrounding the player and everything, And so, like, it actually incentivizes you to get in there and fight these enemies and stuff. So, yeah, good stuff. All right. Now, let me open up our Sprite here. We'll get started. Oh, I need to take, I should have a reference screenshot. Hold on 1 second. Let's see, no more bad guys from Bruce Lee movies who line up for... Actually, there is that too. I made it so that enemies will only attack if there's so many attacking. They actually will line up like that. But it's based on their immediate surroundings, so it's not as noticeable. So, like, as you can notice, like, only 2 skeletons are going to attack at one time. And so if I had, like, 20 skeletons, there would only be 2 attacking at a time. I can change that up quickly, but yeah. Show the debug vectors real quick. Let's see. It will take a bit of code tweaking. We're not going to get into that. We're going to get right into this. And, well, I need to get a reference shot right quick. So, it's not going to let me. Okay, we'll do this. We just need something to draw with. All right. Oh, and also tweak the lighting system a bit. I'll show that right quick. No, you're not gonna close. There we go. So instead of being circles, I figured it would look a lot better as ovals. So I spent a little bit of time tweaking that, getting that going. And I decided to go back to the retro lighting because I like it better. So yeah. Howdy VSP, welcome to the stream. There is commands. There's a whole command system. Pull that up right quick. We can pull up the commands. Yep. Where is he at? There it is. That's the commands I have right here. So I can say, this is right now I'm in the debug, so I can say warp debug, and that'll bring me here. Or I could say warp overworld, and that'll take me to where we're building the town and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right. Now I'm gonna have to scale this down. It should be pixel perfect, so I think I should just be able to scale this down 33%. Or yeah. Sprite size. And that should be good enough. Just enough for us. This is something that's for us to draw on top of. All right. Paul Bear has hat. Yes. What? Yeah. He's in the Christmas spirit. I touched him up a bit too. Like the old one wasn't really that good in my opinion. I figured I'd touch it up a little bit. Will it be more player friendly in the game? What are you talking about? How do you choose the palette? It's the whole thing. Much like any other thing in game development, it is practice. Yeah, the commands will probably now I'm not guaranteed. Like I'm not going to go ahead and it will probably be into the game, but I'm not going to commit to that yet. But yeah. I just I'm not going to say it's not in the game. I just like I'm it's probably in the game. I'm not committing to that, so just keep that in mind. Load default palette. That's mostly for me, but I mean, I like it when you can open up that kind of thing for the players as well. All right, how do I pick the palette? It's like I said, it's practice. Look, just like any other skill in game development, it's a lot of practice. We'll go over that in here when we're drawing these actual characters. Okay, what? Will the game be playable on mobile? Not likely. Almost certainly not. All right, so we have a cheesemonger. We have a few other NPCs. Could you turn on grid? Yes. All right. So we have a few NPCs in bind. We're going to go over these so that y'all can start brainstorming in case y'all want to give up ideas. We'll start with the cheese merchant. So these are ideas that we've sort of come up with across all of our NPC streams. We have some of these I don't even remember. We finished some of these. We finished. So we can knock that one off. So we have a librarian, an apothecary, a sketchy guy, which I'm guessing like there was something interesting in here about him. I couldn't remember what it was. A tavern keeper, an animal trainer. Animal trainer will be interesting because of the pet mechanic. Your pixel is what got my attention to your channel. It looks so good. Well, thank you. I'm working on it. Getting better at it. The sketchy guy, no, not sketchy guy. Animal trainer will be interesting, especially with the new ideas that I have with the pet mechanic. Once I toggled that thing where enemies can target each other, and it was just a simple toggle switch, that really has opened up my eyes for the potential for pet mechanic. That would be a lot of fun, I think. Because especially seeing how, like, I've been working a lot on enemy AI movement specifically. And the fact that watching these enemies fight each other with just a simple, toggle switch and have it be interesting is really, really, like, light bulb moment. Engineer, there was something interesting about him. I can't remember. The one I really like, we might get into here later, is a steampunker that claims he's from the future, but nobody knows if he's telling the truth. So that was, we had some interesting ones with that one. Medic healer, I don't think will be necessary gameplay-wise, but something to consider. Builder and a shepherd. Gambling place? No, we're not going to have a gambling place. Not likely. I mean, I'm not completely against it. Dragon Quest, the Cursed King or whatever it was, they had a gambling place that was interesting. The trouble with gambling places in games is it encourages players to save scum and just sit there like and all day just playing gambling just to earn money when they could have been out fighting stuff. Like it's in my experience in every game that I've played with gambling, it's not fun. Like it's just, it triggers that addictive part in your brain, but it's not enjoyable experience when you should be out there just fighting stuff. So I would rather avoid it. Making gambling tokens a microtransaction. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Do you set in this decide tiles in a sprite and then place that in Godot? Not sure what you're talking about. So you still get richer. Probably get fined. Can you show me the soul unit? I don't know what that is. Do not know what that is. So with the cheese merchant, I'm thinking, I've had a few ideas. I'm not really sure exactly how I want to go about this one. Part of me wants to go crazy old man, but we've already done that crazy old man that talks to things, and I don't want to repeat myself. But maybe we could do crazy in a different way. Not crazy, but eccentric. The skeleton floating thing. What are you talking about? I can show you the skeleton. Oh, the spirit thing. Yeah, we can pull that up right quick. If assuming... I must have... Now that I have enemy AI movement better, I want to take another step at this guy. Could get him to use the wander logic, because I think the way I'm doing the wander logic now is really interesting and very flexible. So yeah. There he is. Master Splinter. That was from last week's stream. Yeah. All right. So yeah, crazy old man maybe, but I don't want to do too crazy. No, and into later. Sell killed skeletons and get richer. Well, there will be some interesting opportunities for stuff like that. Because I'm wanting to go pretty RPG-ish with this, like Skyrim comes to mind, but with interesting combat. Kind of like I'm wanting to take a real good like a Western RPGist approach to this. Part get off track. Here we go. So merchant. Trying to think about how I want him to look. Let's pull up our other NPCs. What are their souls like? Fairies and interesting. So like have a. Now there is a thing we could do, like because I do want to put a good emphasis on magic classes kind of thing. Because like a necromancer class where you could maybe harvest souls or something like that. I don't want to build too much of a mechanic for one class that many people are not going to use. Like like put too much time and effort into such a small thing. But I think it would be cool to have some kind of soul harvesting thing. Let's see. Let me pull up some of the mock-ups from previously. To sort of refresh ourselves on how our other NPCs look. If you want to talk on the Discord, talk in the Discord. Alright. And the voice chat's not just for voicing, it's streaming and listening to music and stuff like that. Mock-ups. We have... Now, I am a little... very rusty on my character game. So this is what we got so far. This is the old man I was talking about. I don't want to repeat myself with this one. Squirrel. I ain't seen him in a while. And there's all these. Okay. I'm thinking something like crazy, like not crazy old man. I keep saying crazy. Just a sort of wild old man, but maybe more gentlemanly, like an eccentric gentleman, maybe. I really like your game design and how you program. Well, thank you. Give Teddy old man gray hair and a smaller mustache. I'm thinking a slender man with a suit, maybe. Let's get some silhouettes going. I will get a neutral color here for the cheese merchant. Yeah, I'm thinking more of a slender character. Like a slender man holding a cheese. No. This is not meant to be like a... It's not meant to be too creepy. I am maybe a little unsettling, but not creepy. The cheesemonger. Yes, the cheesemonger. Yeah, new layer. Thank you. Is there a place where I want to game devs can talk, meet like-minded? Probably on my Discord. That's where we talk a lot of game development stuff. We have a lot of developers there. So yeah, thinking very slender man. Maybe even give him a monocle. Join the Discord. There you go. Make a Slenderman weird walking. No, we're not trying to make that kind of thing. I don't mean that kind of slender man. Alright. Just a man who is slender. Let's see. Three rats stacked on top of each other disguised as an overcoat. Seems a little too silly. Now, one thing, we have a lot of funny NPCs, but this is meant to be a serious game. We have a serious story and serious plots and stuff like that. So we have to, I have to balance our craziness with our silliness, or the seriousness. Let's see. I think he might be. Let's bring some other NPCs in here so we can get a reference of everybody else too. Let's bring in... Teddy's always a good reference. Is that Teddy there? Nope. That would be Truffles. No, there's Teddy. Baked into the background. All right, get him in here. He's a very tall boy. I didn't think he was that tall. The player looks a little weird compared to everybody else. Isn't it silly? Wait. Shagorth isn't silly either. He is very serious. They could, yeah. Shagorth is a great guy. One of my favorite characters in the Elder Scrolls. So a distinguished thinner guy selling cheese. Yes, very distinguished. That was a good word. A rat disguised as a human. Nope. Bring him down a bit. It's way too tall. That's why you get in references, because that was way too tall. I think even Teddy's not meant to be tall. Bring him down a little bit. He's probably gonna have good posture. Now, whether or not I know how to draw good posture remains to be seen. But yeah. Say the cheese merchant because we need cheese for everyone. Isn't there doesn't Shagorth make a cheese reference? And are you making it right now? I seen her, now that you mention it, I seen him talking about cheese. Let's see. Yeah. Nice. I forgot about that. Alright. Like I said, I'm very rusty with this art thing. It's going to be an interesting day. Oh, I need to get back into it, though. I've been doing way too much programming here lately. Not nearly enough art. How does he want to stand when he's idle? I think his weapon could turn an enemy into cheese wheel too, and he spawns cheese. Now we can consider NPCs attacking, because with the faction thing that I showed earlier, like it would just be a switch, and I could have enemies attacking NPCs, and once I code the logic for the NPCs, I could have them running away from enemies or attacking. So I think that would be interesting if we did some sort of like siege thing to where the enemies can attack the town. Granted, I don't want these people to die, because there's only going to be so many characters, Probably none of them are going to have permanent death. Good posture, I think, requires a straight line between the back of the heel and the top of the shoulder. It's very interesting that you know that. So yeah, this guy's got probably too much of a curve, huh? Oops. Let me get a reference. They die but get better. Yeah, they get back up after they get knocked out. That was my thinking. I'm gonna pull up Pinterest. We'll pull up like a distinguished old man. See what that pulls up first. A god that revives them? No, they'll just get knocked down and get back up, because you're never going to keep them down as part of the story. Wait, no. They just get knocked down. Tim Gunn. That's a creepy looking old man. Tim Gunn. Didn't he like a director or something? American Comes. He looks familiar. Didn't he do that show? Yeah. Let's see. I'm thinking these guys have, like, we're going to try to. I'm trying to mix eccentric with distinguished. I want this to maybe he has like long hair, maybe a beard. I'm seeing some old men with beard here, distinguished old men with big beards. Oh, let's see. Yeah, let's pull this over here. A lot of creepy old masks for some reason. This is an interesting one. That was like one of the ones I was talking about. Like this. This might be it right here. That's an interesting one. Bottom left, yeah, talking about that one. If so, I agree. We're going to pull from a few, though. We don't want to copy one specific person. We're just looking for a style here. It's an interesting hat with the everything else. Okay, I'm going to go with that. All right. I like both of these. I really like that facial hair, though. I think we might do something like that. Okay. Now I need to look at posture. Posture is the main thing I wanted to search for. How do these people stand? How do we want this guy to stand? For the idol, he could be holding a cane with both hands in front of him, though I think the crazy old man has a cane already. Let's take a look. I think he's linked over with a cane. Yeah, he's got a cane. Doesn't mean we can't give him a cane, though. You know. But he's sort of... he's about to topple over. Oh, that old man. He's going to be fun. What about a golden watch on a chain? Maybe. We're doing broad strokes right now. We can get into the details the further along we get into it. Right now I'm thinking, like, how does he stand? I'm thinking that this foot's too far front. Mohawk? No. I'm liking, I'm thinking with the actual hair, like, I kind of like this one. When I was thinking hair, I was thinking more like this hair. This hair with, like, this facial hair. I think that would be awesome. I think Cheese Merchant should have a hat, but we'll see how it goes. What kind of hat would you give him? I think he might be leaning a little too forward. His silhouette sort of flipped on me. I had him facing this way, but now he looks like he's facing this way. So I might lean into it because I think I like that posture better. Okay, let's bring this shoulder up a little bit. Really curvy mustache would be nice, yes. You put toes pointing to the right, which is why he's flipped. Yeah. I like this posture, though. Looks good. Looks like he's kind of got his hands in his pockets. Like maybe he's got maybe a shirt, like a coat or something. Okay. I like this silhouette. What do y'all think? I think we go with it. Let's get... No. All right. Oops. Looks good but tall. That was what we was going for. It's, we might even shrink him, like, make him more slender, maybe. That's what I was thinking. Think of that. Word looks good. Thank you. Stream says Godot. Oh, does it? Whoops. Let me change that. Thank you. All right. Looks good, but I think the division between the legs is too far. Oh, to the left. What do you mean by the division of the legs? Not sure what you mean by that. I'm sure you had to make an RPG engine from scratch. What are you talking about? I love how, like, what's... Oh. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Now, it looks too symmetrical. How are we going to break this up? Does that work? All characters are going to have the same skin tone? No. No. Make it more heavy in there. I wanted him to lean on the other foot. Can we flip this? What if we do that? Because I want him leaning back on this foot. You like the coding more than art? Then join the Discord, because that's where I'll do the coding. I enjoy the art streams more, talk like with the Discord, with the YouTube, because it's easier for me to interact and talk. Whereas the coding streams, I just sort of do the thing. I don't think they're as interesting. Either from me doing them to y'all watching them, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think they're that fun. They'd be that fun to watch. Leaning back is good. Yeah, I don't know how to get him to lean back on that foot, though. Oh, well. But yeah, I mean, like, I stream... Yeah, in the coding streams, I deafen and I do my thing. And, man, I do it, like... I've been streaming 6 to 8 hours a day, every day on. So, I mean, if you're interested in the coding, that would be the place to go. I think that looks like a good lean back. Yeah, I think it looks all right. I was hoping to do the other leg, but we'll see how it goes. We can always change it later. As for me, I really like the coding ones too. Well, I like the art ones. Okay, now let's see. What kind of suit do we want to give this guy? YouTube, stop changing my faces. I do deafen. Coding, I can't code distracted. It's one of the issues with coding and streaming at the same time. It's very difficult for me to get anything done if I'm having to pay attention to the stream. That's why I don't like my coding streams. Like they're pretty bad. Like as an actual coding, like I don't get anything done. Well, Whereas when I deafen on the Discord, I got a lot done last week just from deafening. And I still talk. Like, I'll talk in the chat and everything. I just can't do voice chat while I code. Not a thing I can do. Oops. Saying I can't have music with lyrics. I can't. I don't listen to music at all when I code. I listen to brown noise. Nope. Oh, here. Now we're gonna give him. I don't know. I think are pants usually darker than suits? I don't know anything about suits. I seen it looked. That one's the same color. I was thinking that it would look good if it's pale. Well, let's see. I feel you when you code. You're in a different world. Yeah. Yep. Is that? Yeah, I'm thinking more pale. Now keep in mind, these colors are not the actual colors I'm going to go with. When I do these color things, I'm more concerned about the shape. I can always change the colors there. I can click and a couple clicks and I can change the color. I'm more concerned with the shape than getting distracted with how good the colors need to look. So I just pick a color and then I go at it. For all the suits, the jacket and trouser are made of the same material. Not all your suits. Same material, same color. Okay. It would still be a little darker because I think the bottoms, like our more light hits our tops than our bottoms. So there would be more darkness. That's why I don't know. But yeah. What if the entire character was black and white, just like your reference photos? I don't see the point in that. It seems a little out of place. Sailor's coat. Why would he give him a sailor's coat? Let's see. Let's bring this down a little bit. We want that arm bent more. Hey man, I was inspired by seeing you make your game. Can you show a preview of this character? I started work. Wait. Can I show you? Discord won't let you. YouTube won't let you post links. Let's see. But you can. We have a channel on the Discord. You can post stuff. Post your art and stuff. If you want to show it off to people. But dress shoes. Dress shoes are usually like really dark in it, like more of a. Can you tell I don't dress? I don't know a thing about dressing up. Probably should have done a little bit of research. We'll go with the darker color for now. Can always tweak it later. Probably a terrible idea. Oh man. Okay, he looks like I bulked him up somehow. First time making it to a stream, love your videos. Well, thank you. Welcome to the stream. Has to have a pipe. Yes, we have to give him a pipe. Take your color there. Now, that might get us a bad rating though, with the whole tobacco thing. So no promises that'll stay in there. In fact, let's go to get rid of it now. We'll see about that. Let's see. Okay, posted it and made a game. There you go. There you go. Now, if it's made a game, make sure it's a finished game. Not just a devlog post, an update post or anything like that. Now the hair. We're gonna fiddle with the coat here later. I hate how that coat looks. I don't know why though. It made him look like he I don't know, like a winter jacket. I don't know why. Hey, it's back a reference to the Age of Empires rating game. I figured as much. I'm in the stream right now, but I'm not gonna look at it until after the stream. I don't do all that when I'm in the streams. I only do stream stuff. If you're going for tall and thin, you've only gotten tall so far. Yeah. We're gonna have to pull that down, but yeah, I agree. I'm thinking probably a lot to do with here. What if we? I don't know. Jeez. This is terrible. I ruined it. I should have copied that silhouette because I done screwed it up. Man. That arm is so out of place. Maybe I have him cross-armed. Maybe. It's terrible. How many NPCs are you going for? I haven't decided. We're just sort of throwing some together, and then not everything we make will be in here. Just sort of like this is a bit of a design process where we'll come up with ideas, we'll sketch them out. If they fit, we'll throw them into the game, type of thing. So as many as I can get without being overwhelming. Because I want these characters to play an important role. Like, not role, how to put this. Like, characters is the main part of the game. And I feel like if you have too many, you sort of lose a lot of the personal connection with them. Like, consider a game like Skyrim or something. There's so many NPCs, it's difficult to get to know each and every one of them. I don't know. But there's still a lot of stuff I'm considering with the game. Like, I'm leaning to it's an exploration game, and I was gonna have one town, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Hands in pockets will help sell the thin factor. I agree. That's what I was trying to do with this over here, but for some reason, it's just not having it today. Well, like I said, I would say some reason. Like I said, I haven't drawn anything proper in quite a while, so I'm very rusty. Which is why I'm happy to start getting some of it done, because I'm about to hit a phase where, because I have a lot of the mechanics that I want into the game. It's about to get into a art heavy phase, like, because pretty much mechanically the game is pretty much there. I mean, for the core of the gameplay, there's still plenty of other extra features to add into there. But I mean, in my opinion, like the combat's there, the dialogue and all that fun stuff. I just have to piece it together, and so it's gonna be a lot of content, a lot of learning to make music, a lot of art. So that'll be interesting. Jesus. Okay, well, what if? Maybe I've got. Getting there. The hand on the left is looking. You think so? I thought it looked terrible, but if you say so, I will trust your opinion, because I don't want to do it too much longer. It's actually not too bad. Let's grab Looks better, thank you. It is getting there. Now I'm thinking, it is weird that this leg is so thick. Given that it's the back leg. We can probably bring this up forward as well. I straightened him out now, though. He lost that. He's too straight and rigid. Give him a squared head. Everyone is looking too similar. I think his head looks very different than everybody else. I don't want to go square with though. Not him. I think square would look tough. I want him to look sort of more pointy. A line of action for the pose, make his chest stand out. Maybe. Also, yeah, that's another thing. I don't know why I give him like a muscle shirt. He's a gentleman. We're trying to get him there. Give him a hat. Maybe, actually. Not right now, though. Hats, I want to get the body shape more before I worry about the hat. I don't know why it looks like a coat, like a winter coat. It's irritating. What is the NPC for? He is the cheese merchant. He's sort of like a distinguished old man. He's going to be the one that sort of introduces you to the cheese as potions mechanic. So it is his job to sort of explain that to you very quickly. I think more difficult to make a hairstyle than the hat. I'm not concerned about difficulty. You know, I wouldn't shy away from difficult. I'm more concerned about how good it'll look. I Game Endeavor, I have a question. Do you have any tutorials making RPG in Godot? I do not. Heartbeast does? Heartbeast does. Pretty sure. And actually, GD Quest has a project I think you can download to see their stuff. Reminds me of Gasper from Chrono Trigger. Needs a bowler hat and it will look epic. No, not a bowler hat. Let's see. Let's get the hair going. We can come back to the body later. Yeah, you're welcome. Is he going to have cheese stains on his shirt and pants? No. I don't. Maybe. I mean, we could do that. Maybe like something like that. Like I said, he is. It's weird because I imagine him like this distinguished with the suit and everything. But part of me sort of like when I think about him, I think sort of he makes he talks weird. Like I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like. You know, now that I realized I didn't even get the eyes going. I usually like to get the eyes in when I start shaping stuff. Are you going to do any more any more kid NPCs? How old is the main character? The main character I hadn't really decided. I think I was thinking about sort of like 18 or so. I think he is a farmer. He's not meant to be a farmer. Do we have any kid NPCs? We don't. PC has no age. There you go. I think the left side has to be push one pixel further to the left. What do you think of that? He looks a little derpy now to me, in my opinion. Why don't you make them grow up over time? Because that would be a ton of work. That would be so much work. If you want to be eccentric, you need bold colors for the clothes. You can have bright pair of pants not matching the jacket. True. What kind of color would an eccentric old man wear? Hmm. Kind of reminds me of a sailor. I don't like it. Like Willie from Stardew Valley. The jacket needs lapels, so you can see the shirt tie underneath. What is the lapel? Is that the chest bit? Let's give him. This looks like skin though. We make love in your vids. Well, thank you. This guy could be a bank owner kind of guy that exchanges items for coins. No, he's the cheese merchant. He acts like he's a very very high class. Like cheese is the fine dining of life and kind of thing. You gotta learn to dress like old people and lawyers. I do. I should have done like even this tiniest amount of research. I don't know a thing about dressing up. Oh, I've been a very few times in my life I've worn a suit, and even when I did, it was when I was in high school, and I went with like a trench coat style tuxedo. Oh man, good times. I think I wore Chucks. I wore. Oh man. I've never really had a need to dress up. Let's get rid of this. So you can give him a pocket watch. Yeah. Let's make this even more. We'll probably give him a pocket watch here in a second. He more handsome with a black hi-hat. I don't know what a black hi-hat is either. I know it's not really a drummer. It's a black hi-hat. No, see, yeah, let's just show me drum symbols. It's gonna be a hard thing to search for. Like a beaver hat? What is a beaver hat? Oh, like a top hat. I feel like top hat would be too cliche, maybe. We could try it out, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. Slash's hat. I know what you're talking about. You keep speaking my language now. Let's see. If you search for cheese merch, you would get cheese logos. What do we need cheese logos for? He needs a hat. Oh, fine, we'll get my hat. Jeez. Let's see. Let's give him Slash's hat. Give him what kind of? Let's see. Or we give him a. What did we do that already? This feels familiar. Did I give somebody a little hat? I feel like I gave somebody a little hat somewhere. It was Lafo. Santa hat win. You like his hair? I like his hair how it is too, but people want hat for some reason. We'll try a hat. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna add a new layer. A beret would look nice. Why would a beret look nice? It seems really out of place. Oh, let's see. What if we make him like a distinguished old man, but he's wearing raggedy rich clothes? Like this hat is sort of patched up and floppy and like worn out. I think that's the kind of idea that I had. Monopoly guy vibes. I mean, we're going for rich, distinguished old man. So it would make sense to have that vibe. All right, maybe he'll keep this hat. It's not a bad hat. Surprised that went as well as it did, given that how much of a trouble we had with it with the traveling merchant. The head's too far back on his head. It is like it's on the top of his head. Yeah, true. I still want it tilted back, but I see your point. Can we forget the... Let's see. Oh, I think it's this. Oops. There we go. There. Practice makes it easier. Yeah, well, that's another thing is I had to shake off a bit of rust because, like I said, I haven't drawn anything proper in a really long time, like weeks. I haven't drawn any characters or anything, so I needed to shake off a bit of rust. Probably shouldn't have started with the cheese guy, given how important of a role he's probably going to play in the game. But hey, what are you going to do? Oh, we're going to post some reference for you. Oh, looks like I have something here. I don't know. Make a village guard. Oh, that's actually a good idea. I'll add that to the list. We might do that. That might be next. It's part of me, if we do a village guard, something I want to do maybe 2 of them. And do the whole... I don't know, that might be too cliche, but again, I'm not against some cliche things. You can't be completely original. But like having 2 guards sort of interact with each other, I think that would be interesting. Village guards. Maybe we can start discussing that, because I think that might be the next thing we do. That's a really good idea. Oh, come on. Okay. Iron Golem. We will, maybe in an enemy stream, we'll probably do that. Because I do have some Golem characters that I would like to make. I was thinking armor, iron and gold, and he is buff. Oh. Okay, I got you. We could make him, trying to think of like a good personality that would be for him. Without being, no. And a chief or a chef, like laser serious and chief guard. Gotcha. Really, this is a good place to leave off as the base for this character before you add any more details. Wait. What do you mean? That's a terrible shadow. Oh. Still got to figure out that posture, maybe. I want the mustache to be more prominent. It's a very weak mustache right now. How can we do that? If you start adding canes and watches and dirt, you'll lose the base. From here, you can take in many directions. It's just making a copy of this and working on that so that you can convert. Good idea. Let me fix this mustache first, and then we'll do that. Thank you for that. Have you thought of using C# for your game? I might use it for things that are performance intensive, because I'm supposedly better for it. But as for the actual, like, so long as it ain't going to cost me performance-wise, I'm fine with the GD script. Like that Git thing these kids talk about. Yeah, something like that. I might need to add in another color. Let's go with that. Maybe that'll do. Kind of looks like a skeleton though. maybe he's a skeleton in disguise. You know what we need to draw, actually? I just now realized this. We need to design the necromancer at some point. I didn't even think about that. I've been going all this time and I didn't even considered the necromancer. I just found the lack of C# tutorials worrying. Yeah. I mean, it's probably gonna be like that for a while. Tutorial makers, they already have a harder time getting discovered. You'll have an even harder time making C# tutorials, because most people that use Godot, well, maybe not most. One did the well, maybe most, but a large portion of the people that use Godot are going to be using GDScript, and so you would have to be willing to put in a lot of work for less return. And I mean, making tutorials is a lot of work. So, speaking about disguise, you could add an obviously disguised villager. I like that. What is what is the obviously disguised as? That is great. I think there should be a biome full of animals. In the middle of it, you find a furry. No. I think that's a little too silly. Howdy, Code to Code. Welcome to the stream, bud. Oops. Okay, that is. He really does look like a skeleton. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna get around that. I might have to introduce another color. I was hoping to keep it to 2 though. Wolf pet shall be named Doggo. Do I even have a wolf pet note? I don't think I do. We will add wolf to the list. We're gonna have to. Probably have a stream at some point too, as well, drawing pets. What kind of pet do we want in the demo? Like we don't want to, spend too much time doing too many pets. So we probably want to pick one maybe, and introduce the pet mechanic. So it's probably fox or truffles. How about the original fox? I'm thinking maybe the fox. The fox, the thing is, the fox would be nice if we do a pet taming mechanic. Like you actually have to, like you spot a wild fox and you're like, here, you can tame that pet. We sort of tutorialize that. Truffles would be good if we don't do the tutorializing, we just give you a pet. So I guess we'll have to see how that goes in the future. I would like to do the pet taming mechanic though, because I've always wanted to make a game with that. Like, yeah. And I wasn't expecting this to be such to have a pet taming mechanic in it like it does. I was expecting it to sort of be like you obtain the pets, but having seen the the pets, the NPCs fighting each other like I did the other day. I was like, that's a real good possibility that we're gonna have a pet taming mechanic, because I think it'd be cool to actually go and get the pets yourself. Let's bring his shoulder down a bit. We'll go ahead and merge that layer down. I like the hat. We'll keep it. Choose the right kind of cheese to tame it. That is something we'll have to consider. How do we tame these pets? And that's something I haven't given any thought to. That's an interesting idea, using cheese. Let me duplicate this and pull this out of here right quick. All right. No monocle. How do we know if he's rich if we can't buy? Well, the thing is, he's not rich. I think that's the way I'm going to go with it. He just, maybe he found these clothes. I don't know. Now, granted, I don't want to flip things too much. You'll notice it's the very thing with me, in particular, is I tend to take something and then flip it, subverting expectations or whatever you want to call it, and it in itself can probably be too cliche, but it's just sort of how I work. I like when expectations are subverted. That's my grandpa's suit. He was buried in it. I'm jotting that down. He pretends he's rich or he's delusional. That's the idea, Carson, is that like he's like he pretends like he's rich. He looked rich, but yes, that is the idea. Like he acts like he's high class, you know, like he's got all these fancy cheeses and, you know, stuff like that. But like it's a show he puts on. I like that idea. Okay. That is so good. Leave him distinguished, but with a terrible accent and bad grammar. I don't know how we could get accent, but bad grammar, absolutely. I'm over that as well. Like he uses big fancy words, but wrong. Oh, cheese bucks. Let's see. Is cheese the types of money? No, cheese is a potion. It works as a potion in the game. Just use a fancy. Oh, that's good. That's really good. That's a good meta way to do that. I like that. I like that a lot. Man, that reminds me of. I mean, granted, keep in mind I haven't played it much, like maybe half an hour or so. But it makes me think of. Didn't Undertale do that, where they had each character had their own little font or whatever, and they what they named after fonts, something like that. Okay, monocle. Let's start with that. What would it look like if we just did this? That look right? Didn't figure it would. What if we did like this? Does that work? That looks like it might work. Looks like Mr. Peanut. Oh, it is the monocle. it's a cheese hoop. Let's see. Now, what about pocket watches? How do you even wear a pocket watch? Now, this is funny. I actually used to wear pocket watches, but I don't like. It would be in its pocket and then have it look, isn't it chained to the shirt or something like that? But I actually used to wear a pocket watch. But of course, I didn't chain mine to my suit or anything. Chain to this in the center and to the pocket. All right. Okay. That's another thing. We don't give this guy buttons. With the hat, he looked kind of generic. No, I like that. We'll probably change the hat's color later on. So let's give us a bit of shade here. Maybe I might have to remove it. His hat has more shade than I usually give these kind of things. Let's. About his talking, he could use words without nay. You see, release, yeah. Maybe he says shall a lot. I think I've seen a tweet of people making fun of people that say shall. I say shall, but it'd be funny if he said shall a lot. We'll look into that. Let's see. Is this a different? That's a different color. I like that color better. All right, and oops. I forgot. Game Endeavors do as a difficult philosophical question. Godot seems more 2D friendly than Unity. That was why I used Godot originally, was because it was more 2D friendly. I hated doing 2D in Unity. Forsooth, would that be inclined to be some of your finest Jesus? Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a very meme-worthy, the way he talks. We'll have to figure it out. It's going to be great. Oh, he's going to be an interesting character, I think. Excited to see what we do with him. Let's push these buttons up a little bit. Not too bad. He's not too bad. That'd be the cheese butler. Oh, he's going to be interesting. I think the community's going to have fun with him. Looking forward to the fan art for him. Alright, let's see. Try and fix some of the shapes up a bit. I'm pretty happy with him right now. Maybe we'll add a bit more shadow to him. Oh, that arm still seems like it's... Oh, maybe he sort of hold his hand out a bit. This one right here. Where did you learn to make RPGs in Godot? And where did you learn Godot? I learned Godot from Kids Can Code. I binged a lot of his videos when I first started learning, especially his Know Your Node series. It's the best resource for Godot for learning how to use the nodes and that kind of thing. Absolutely recommend that one. What if you... God dang it. Yes, absolutely. Oh shit. Oh man. Yes, absolutely. Oh man. Have you ever made any 3D games? I have not, but no. I've dabbled in 3D before. Oh man, I have to calm down for that one. Hold on. Give me a second. That one's too damn good. We'll have to do we'll have to figure it out. Oh man, that is so good. Ah, it's beautiful. That is the it is meant to be both. It is meant to be a beard that looks like it's smiling. He's meant to look friendly. This is so good. Okay. Make an animation of the waterfall. Oh. That right there, man. You just... Bravo. No. It's it's two monocles. We have to have it. We have to have it. It may look like glasses, and that's okay. We know it's two monocles. Oh, let's do this. One monocle's rich, two super rich. Pretty much. Pretty much. There he is. Oh, we still need some tweaking though. What can we do? See if it in my final monocle. He's not going to say that for obvious reasons, but we all know that he's thinking it. If you make an animation where the fall you see it's two monocles. Not sure what you mean. We will probably have an animation where he adjusts as one of them. Okay. I think that's it for him. We'll move on. Let me go ahead and save this right quick. Oh man. There. When Michael falls down, he pulls another out of his pocket. Absolutely. We'll do something like that. Michael's, yeah. Oh, man. It is good. Okay. There he is, the cheese merchant. All right, who's up next? Let's see. We said something about a guard. He can have a brother with one monocle and a different colored tie. You never see them together, so he seems like crazy and pretending to be two people. Let's see. Who can we do next? Is the three talking? The three guard? Are we doing three guards? Make us that. Well, can I mention that chaplain? The guard. Quit spamming chat, Artem. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, we have the guards. We have, which is probably what we're to do, but we're going to throw out the other ones in case we can think of any good ideas for it. Let's do the guards. All right. Let me. Do we have a name for the cheese merchant? Oh, let's see. Part of me, I don't know what it is. Part of me wants to say that he starts off with one monocle, but he puts on his second monocle whenever things are like really classy, like if he's at a party or something like that, or if he's about to make a sale. Someone suggested a cheese baron. What is a cheese baron? Chad the cheese merchant. Oh, the cheese baron as the name. Got you. Is the cheese baron a thing? If the cheese baron is a thing, like an actual proper thing, we could call him Baron, maybe, or something, or take off of that. We're gonna call him Cheese Baron for now, until we can come up with something a little more different. But in the game, he'll be known as like the Cheese Baron. What is a Cheese Baron though? Is that a company? Looks like it's a company. Oh. All right. Oh, opens coat full of monocles, like merchant from RE4. You what, mate? What is it? Oh, Resident Evil 4. Got you. Cheese bear. Cheeseburger. Baron means royalty. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. A member of the lowest order of the British nobility. The term baron is not used as a form of an address in Britain. Barons usually be referred to as lord. An important or powerful person in a specified business or industry. Okay, good enough. When he's in trouble, he would yell at the guards like he's a king. He has people call him Lord. Oh man. Okay. Oh, right quick. Let's add a bit of shade. Where did that come from? That bit there. Just a bit of shadow there. I want to make them, maybe we'll make this bigger. Something like that. Leave it there for now. Okay. Guards. No, not new. Excuse me. Just need a new layer. All right. Well, now we're not going to get all three of these done. That took an hour and a half just for one guy. That's a lot of rust to shake off. Oh, man. I like him, though. I think he's really good. I'm really happy with him. So who are the guards? We're going to do one guard. We can talk about the other ones. I think we only have time for one guard, though. A Yeti? Maybe. Maybe we could do something with a Yeti. Like, not in the town, but I am going to add a Yeti to the NPC list. Or maybe even Sasquatch or just anything like that. Yeti, Yeti, Yeti. Because I'm, like, you'll have the town, but we can, it's going to be an open world game. We could have other characters in the world, And I mean, in fact, I'm going to. There's going to be non-town characters that you can interact with. And I think that'll be interesting. I think it'll be a good way because something, like I said earlier on in development, and I'm still thinking about it, is I only want to have one town. It's going to be an RPG, like with exploration inspired by games like Skyrim and The Witcher 3 and stuff like that. That sort of open world exploration. But since I only have one town, it's not going to, we have to, it's a tricky thing, but I think we can counterbalance that by having some non-town characters scattered throughout the world. I think that'll be good. For the guards, there could be a stereotypical lazy guy that constantly falls asleep. The other guy could be a noble guard that takes his job very seriously. I like that one. Yes. All right. That would be an interesting duo. You'd have one character who's very, very adamant, like always got to be working, takes the job very seriously, and then but he's stuck with a guy that he's just there to earn money, he's not into it, and the other guy hates him for it. We could play off of that. That would be an interesting duo. Let's see. What other possibilities have we got, though? I really like that, though. The guy that takes it very seriously. That makes a good... Well, we have to be careful, though, because we already have a lot of comic relief. In a game that, like I said, I do want it to be taken seriously. But we already have a lot of comic relief that we have to be careful with. If you add too much comic relief, the game, whatever you're making, game, story, or whatever, it loses a lot of the seriousness to it. So something that we have to consider as we're doing these. The noble, because granted, like they're quirky. Like the cheese merchant, like he's got the two monocles, and that's probably it's a funny thing. It's not something we even have to explain. We could just have it there. That kind of thing. But yeah, it's something we'll have to see. The noble guard would constantly scold the lazy guard. Got to remain family friendly. Yes. That's what I'm thinking. Like he sort of all the time like, shouldn't you be at your post kind of thing. Like, like he's on break, and then the guy's like, okay, I'll follow you, but he's like, but you're not on break. You're supposed to watch the city. Like, that kind of thing. There's a buddy cop duo with opposite monocles. That's something like not the monocles, but I do like if we're going to have two guards, I do want their relationship to be an interesting one, the way they play off of each other. I don't want to do, you have to be careful with it. Of course, you don't want to be too cliche because that is very cliche to have the serious one and then the goofy one. I don't want the one to be goofy though. I'm thinking he doesn't take it seriously. As serious as the other guy. The other guy's, it makes me think of SpongeBob though. Like the way he's like he's trying to be the best guard, like trying to do, become like in the employee of the month kind of guard. Let's see. What about the guard uniform? Let's think about that. This is the primitive village. Primitive, of course. This is meant to be a primitive village. Like bows and arrows and huts, and not really huts, but I just now realized that it is meant to be a primitive setting, but we've got this guy here. It's to be expected, I suppose. This is gonna be a confusing character now that I think about that. Oh well. Remember Biggs and Wedge? I remember them. I don't remember much about them though. It's been a really long time since I played that game. Let's see. I need to play. I've got it in my I bought it on Steam whenever they announced or sometime around that time when they announced the remake or whatever, they put the original on sale or whatever. I picked it up. I need to play it. The cheese fellow could call him Macquarie fromage. He absolutely has to use the word fromage. He absolutely has to use that word. Marquis de fromage. My French is very rusty though. I'm not exactly sure what Marquis is. But everyone else in the village just says his name is Bobo or something. Boob or what? Why would they call him Boob? Alright. Yes. Fromage. It's a funny word. Oh man. They always just keep a semi-competent dynamic for guards. None were too competent, and they always messed up. Yeah. I remember them. They were. That hair. I need to fix his hair. And if anybody else hates this and wonders why I never fix it, it's just because I haven't gotten around to it. I hate it as much as you do. I don't know why I did that way. I always forget to change it in my sprite. Okay. So the guard uniform. Oh, excuse me. Guard uniform. Very primitive. Maybe chainmail. Do we have chain? Have I done chainmail? Let's look at. I don't think I did Verlafo. I think he was wearing like a brown pants and a blue shirt. No, surely not. No, it's a green shirt. He's meant to look like a lumberjack. Let me pull him up right quick. Oh, characters. NPCs. And then Lafo. Okay, so no chainmail that I'm aware of. We did this, the blacksmith. Okay, that's not meant to look metallic. Kind of does though. Might have to change that. Okay. So let's see. The town could have a crest that the guards could wear. Yeah. I don't want to get into crest design right now, but yeah, I think we could do something like that. Now let me look up some references. I don't want to go like too much on the armor. I don't want it to be very primitive. I mean, they'll have metal in the game, of course, but like maybe not like I did say chainmail though, but I'm thinking maybe more leathery type of armor. Like this is, like a big fancy suit of armor would probably be expensive. Like this is a rural town; they don't have that kind of expenses. They just have. Maybe one of the guards is an archer. Maybe. Simple chest plate with a pike and Morian helmet. What is a Morian helmet? No, I'm not even thinking metal helmet. I'm not even thinking metal armor. What I'm thinking of is in Skyrim, the first town you get to, what is it, Riverwood? There's that bowman, the elf bowman. What is his name? So I was thinking something like that, just sort of a casual guy. Maybe this character will have more armor than that, but not so much. But just very casual. Someone that just sort of patrols around, looking at kind of investigating and stuff, just making sure that everything's up and up. Fandol, yes, that's what it was. So this guy right here, just leather armor, leather suit, just regular shirt, that kind of thing. Now I'm thinking one of the archers, probably the serious guy, he's probably more of a swordsman, and the other guy's an archer, maybe. Let's see. Let's grab the silhouette color. What kind of builds do we have? Do we want? I'm thinking this guy's probably more. The serious guy's probably more closer to Teddy. I'm thinking he'll puff his chest out. Let me get the brush size. One big, another guard short. Do we do short? Let's see. Let's not know what time it is actually. We might just call it here actually. We're about to hit the 2-hour mark. So we probably won't get too much in this. We'll just sort of plan out his build and everything. I think if we continue this, we'd probably hit 3 hours. And not sure that I'm up for it. But we'll plan out the silhouette and sort of think about this character. And then we can return to him. Maybe, probably not the next stream, because the next stream I don't want to do another NPC stream back to back. I might do some art on the Discord later. Not tonight, but at another time, another day. I want to think about his pose. As far as not posture, as far as like build, I'm thinking Crunk from what is it, Emperor's New Groove? Kronk. Not as bulky, but just sort of like broad chin, big shoulders type thing. That's what I have in mind. What's up, Carson? Probably a broad stance. It's another one that just flipped on me, like immediately. I had him facing to the left, but we'll go with this way, because I do like this posture more. Alright, not too bad. Lazy and serious guard kind of reminds me of. There's probably a lot of things it can remind you of. It's a very cliche thing, which I'm fine with. Like, we don't have to be unique about everything. But I don't want to lean too heavy into the cliche. There's a lot of stuff that kind of. That's 2 squared. A lot of stuff it could probably remind you of. Cuzco's poison. The poison meant explicit for Cuzco, that poison. Oh. If you're referencing the movie, I haven't seen it since in a really, really long time. Okay. Now, I might get actually, we might have time for this guy. Because that silhouette came along pretty quickly. What kind of features do we give this guy? This is the Sirius guard. Let's see. We can give him... I'm thinking a sword and shield user. Do we put the shield on his back? Maybe. Might mess with his silhouette, though. No worries, yeah. Sleeveless tunic with bulging muscles. Maybe. Maybe. maybe he's very proud of his posture. I've been getting a lot of requests to make diverse characters. How about we make this one? Let me get some references for some skin colors. Let's see. And this one will be new for me because I've never picked a skin color that's not this guy. Skin's tough though. I've always had trouble with skin. I always get it too orange. Okay, let's try. Okay, red, very saturated. By the way, this if ever you're having trouble picking colors, my suggestion would be to find colors that you like, and the curse of the skin color palette, it always gets too orange or too pink. That is very much true. Is to find colors that you do like, and then go and put them in your drawer thing, and then look at them and study them and why. Look at what look at the hue, see how red this one. This one is more of a bit of an orange, The saturation is just past midway. Like this one was very highly saturated, like very, very saturated. I would not have expected it to be that saturated. Sort of study that kind of thing. And that's how I learned colors. Like I took games that I liked, like Link to the Past. I drug them in here and I was like, okay, why did they pick these colors and what kind of effects do they have? Welcome to the stream, Elijah. I like this color. Now, you have to be careful not to copy the colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these colors. I'm going to look at why they do what they do. This one's less saturated. It seems that the lighter we go, the less saturated it gets. Makes sense. That one went up in saturation, which is interesting. And when you see something like that, look at why and what effect that has. So if we look at that, it went up in saturation, it went up in lightness. Let's see. And I guess that counteracted it. Let's see. So when I pick a color, I'm just going to reset. And I'm going to come back over here. All right, let's see. Then, so we've seen the color. They tend to be around here, seemed like. A little higher than saturated there. And there you go. Let's try that. Let's raise the saturation a bit. Especially with a game, keep in mind that was actual skin color. Games tend to be more saturated. Or at least for me. I like a bit of saturation that's too red. Play around with it till you find what you like. I think it's hard to join the streams because it's during school. Let's see what we can do with that. We might have to change that later. It seems too reddish. Okay. So armor, we said... leather, maybe a leather vest that... Howdy, Giggly. Here in Finland it's 2120. That's the interesting thing about my community is we have people from all over the world. So that you can see it in the Discord. It's very active at various times. Let's see. What kind of pants color do we want? Let's try a bit of greenish. It's also going to be tricky for me because I've never had to match colors with this skin tone before. So it'll be a learning experience. Let's see. I feel like that meshes too much with the grass. We want the characters to stand out a bit more. So we'd probably raise the saturation above the grass. Not to push towards the green though. But I do kind of want it to be dull. I just go see an image I like, and then I steal the palette. Well, with me, I'm trying to learn to pick colors. I'm still new at picking colors. And so I see this as from the get-go. Like I used to use like a pre-made palettes. I used Ace Bright offers you some of them. This one's pretty good. But there was at some point where I was like, I need to pick my own colors, but I've not learned how to do it. And so that was a big thing for me. It's like I need to stop using pre-made palettes and learn to pick my own colors. So that was like an active thing I did. So I'm thinking sort of like maybe less rangery than the other one, than the other character, because he's going to be the archer. This is going to be the sword user. Need a darken this up a bit. The color theory, well, basically just complement opposite colors on the wheel, but easier said than done. Yeah, pretty much easier said than done. I found it was difficult to learn. I still don't know a lot of the color theory. It's a tricky thing. I imagine it's one of those things that the more you do it, you get better at it naturally. He's starting to look like a ranger. Was not the intention. Alright, we said muscle shirt. How does he hold his sword? We probably don't carry it with him. Like, unless there's combat nearby. He'll be an interesting one because with the AI fighting mechanic that you've seen before, for those that were here, that have been here, I've got it to where AIs can fight each other. And so we'll have, like, maybe we'll have town raids or whatever, where the enemies come and raid the village. And he'll be able to defend the villages while everybody else runs, which is nice, I think. Looking forward to that possibility. You can set the color in A Sprite, set the color to the color wheel, and then set it to complementary. Yeah. I don't like the color wheel though. I like this one. I like picking colors this way. This thing's too high. And we're probably gonna change these colors. I don't like these colors. Hey, what you doing? I am drawing a village guard. We're just drawing the idea. We probably don't have time to finish. And what time is it? Because last I checked, it's approaching 2 hours, which is about usually how long I stream for. Yeah, we're about to hit that mark. So we're laying them out, sort of getting an idea for them. Then we'll call it quits here in a little bit. When do you think the next devlog will be out? I'm going to start writing the script for it very, very soon. Like, probably when I get off of here, maybe. I kind of want to stream some more development tonight, though, on the Discord. So either... It should be one this week, though. I have been putting more focus on actual development. Those devlogs are slowing me down a lot. And I've, if I want to hit the demo by March. So I'll put more attention and focus into actual development. So that's my main thing right now. It's getting content actually in the game. Because the devlogs are good. They're good for keeping me working, but they take up a lot of time. It takes up a lot of time to do the mechanics instead of the polish, that I do. Because this week I've been spent working on like actual code and stuff, and I've gotten a lot of polish done that I wasn't able to do in devlogs because doing a devlog every week doesn't give you really that much time for polish. So it was nice this week to actually get some polish done. The movement's really good. I'm going to show y'all for anybody new that hasn't seen. I'm very happy with the movement right now. Like the enemies, they strafe around you and everything. Very happy with how this all looks. It's a very interesting combat system now. For some reason, they're fighting each other. That's a bit of a bug with the new faction system. I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, very happy with that. Let's see. What about features for this guy? What does this guy have feature-wise? Oh, that's a lot better. Yeah, it's a whole lot better now. It's a whole lot more fun. Like, I found myself pretty often just playing the game, just because I was having so much fun playing it. when you, granted you can be biased towards your game, but I find like once you have a game that you're playing, just like instead of developing, you've usually got something pretty good. It looks a way cooler, and I agree. I'm very, very happy with how it looks. Very, very happy. Let's get some boots. And I'm still tweaking it, still making changes to it and stuff. And the cool thing is, I was talking earlier, is it opens up a lot of possibilities given how much smarter the AI is. Like if I go here and I just toggle this guy to neutral, they'll start fighting each other, which is why the thing was broken earlier, why the skeletons were fighting each other. Somehow they toggled their own, somehow their layers got messed up. And yeah, so this opens up like you can imagine like the pet mechanic using this, the pets fighting each other. And this was completely like not intentional. Like I didn't, do anything to make the combat with each other interesting. I just made interesting enemies, turned them on each other, and you have these interesting scenarios that sort of play out. What was the name of the pixel art book that helped you learn? It's in the description of this stream. Pixel Logic. There's a link to it and everything. That's generally a good sign that the game is going to be really good. Well, thank you. Kind of reminds me of Super Alloy Dark Shine from One Punch Man. I've never seen the show. Currently, the game feels a lot like Stardew Valley, but with more interesting combat mechanics in it. That, I would say yes and no. It was sort of the idea that I had when I started out. I think I mentioned this in the last stream. The very first idea for this, like what inspired me to take up this project was that, not this specific iteration. This is the third iteration that I've done. I never liked the art for the other ones, so didn't really get anywhere with it. But the idea was to make Stardew Valley, but with interesting combat. I've moved a little more away from that. I was also going to be like the roguelike thing that you see a lot of nowadays, which thankfully I've moved away from that as well. Moved more towards RPG, which is more towards me. Like this is like when I've said dream game before. My favorite game as a kid was RPG. I've always wanted to make an RPG, and so this iteration I decided to lean into that aspect of it. So that was the original premises, was Stardew Valley, but with better combat, better exploration and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say it's like Stardew Valley, other than interesting characters. I mean, we talked in the last stream, like maybe it'll have a farming system, but if I do, it's not going to be like a typical farming system. It's not going to be like a big focus and emphasis or anything. Like it might be used to grow pet food kind of thing, Like it's not going to be a big money maker. It's not going to be something you spend a lot of time doing, I actually prototyped a farming mechanic in the last iteration, and like it wasn't the type where you stopped to water, like you ran around, like my fighting combat, like the combat system in my game, it was like that but with a watering can. Like you run around going spraying water everywhere, you do it quickly kind of thing. Like I don't want you to spend a lot of time, if I make a farming system, I don't want you to spend a lot of time having to do all that. So because I like Harvest Moon, I like Stardew Valley, but it's very repetitive, and I lose interest in them really quickly. Like I've never played any of them, like much beyond this first year. Stardew Valley, I actually made it to, I think it was spring of the second year, and it's probably the furthest I've ever made a farming game. But I get bored with them quickly. In your game, the onions farm you. There you go. Let's see. That's a terrible color. Oh, like I said, the goal is not here. It's not to finish this guy. It's just to sort of get an idea. I don't like the green. I think this is too far down as well. But yeah, that's my thoughts for that. Like, I think a farming system would be cool, but I'm not going to put a whole lot of emphasis into it. Harvest Moon flashbacks. Yeah, watering was too mechanical. Yeah. Stardew Valley as well. Like, it takes so long to water crops. Like, most of that game, from my experience, was watering crops. This is pretty much watering crops simulator to me. Um, that's the main thing you do. As much as I enjoyed the game, like that is a bulk of the gameplay. It's just watering crops, and then once you're done with that, you go and explore the town a little bit. You know, maybe go fishing. I don't like fishing in games either. It's too time consuming, and you don't get much for it. I don't like the random nature of it. Like how you just sit there doing nothing, waiting for fish. Littlewood did a better approach to it, where you see the fish shadows, which is something that we talked about in a previous stream a long time ago. Like if I were to do a fishing mechanic, it would take that same approach, where it's not a big thing. But what I was thinking of would be like you have the water puddles, and you would have like the fish shadows, and then you would have like spears that you throw at the fish, like your weapon. Like you could throw a spear, it'll pop out a fish, and you'd get your fish that way. Or maybe a net, like you could toss a net out on a shadow of a fish. So I don't want you sitting there waiting on a fish. I always think that's just terrible. I think it could be interesting though. This guy has he has no neck. he kind of looks like Diglett. So let's give this guy a neck. Yeah. I really liked the style of fishing minigame in Link's Awakening. Oh, the little side-scrolling fishing game. That was interesting because like you actually have to use skill or whatever to sort of. That's all I took, huh? That was actually a really quick way to give him a neck. You actually had to use skill, and he don't have an outline either. So not about skill, but like you actually had to do it. You participated in it. Hold on. Instead of just casting out and waiting there. Welcome back, Vasu. Guard uses dig is super effective. Let's see. He looks chunkier than I meant for him to. Meant for him to look muscular. I think that I always do this. Bring that back arm too much forward. Looks good, thank you. I'm not happy with it yet, but we'll get there. That leg's weird, isn't it? What if I bring it up a bit more? Bring this back a bit. Oh well. He needs to skip leg day. It looks too flat right now, yeah. I'm trying to. That one is really, really big. Like, compared to the other one. He's got very chunky legs. I think maybe we need to bring them both in. Ah! I don't know. I think, yeah, a shadow on the ground. I don't think it's going to help this shape much, but yeah. Might have put him more in the world. Oops. I know a shadow can make things look really... Yeah, shadow really does. It plays a big part in helping the character look like it's actually in the world. It's one of the biggest improvements you can make. Like even when you're prototyping, just toss a shadow on there to really help you really make a big difference. His silhouette just lost his a lot of the shape to it. He looks very... kind of makes me think of a Roblox character. Granted, I haven't seen many Roblox characters, so I could be wrong. But he's very square looking. Yeah. A lot better. He needs some shading on the head. I'm not trying to shape the... I'm doing shaping right now. I worry about shading a little bit later. Trying to figure out how all this plays together. Like the head looks fine is why I'm not putting any work into it. My main concern is getting this chest area to look good. What if we bring his arm out a little bit? Something about the right arm is making him look more blocky. His right or your right? Look, this gun right here. Looks like Barret from Final Fantasy VII. I don't think so. I don't think it looks anything like him. You know what? I think that's a common thing because I remember I had this issue with a lot of these other characters. I think I'm not showing a lot of their back arms. Let's try that with this guy. Maybe I need to separate his legs too. Actually, we don't need to cut. We can probably just separate here. Just add a bit of space. This color scheme is Barret. No, we can change the color then. The colors aren't final. It's just to give me something to shape. I say that, but then I kind of settled on that guy. Said the exact same thing about him. It's Barrett, green and brown. He is actually. It's green pants, brown shirt, brown vest specifically. His is open, looks like. Well then, let's see. Let's try blue pants. And actually, oops. Not so sure about that shirt color. Also, that looks like pillow shading. Yellow shirts. We could try a yellow shirt. Do we not have a yellow shirt? Anybody? Don't think we need that anymore. We don't. Let's try my yellow shirt. I don't think yellow will pull off with it, but we can try it. I don't think a highly saturated yellow would look good. Nah. Oh, let's see. Usain Bolt. The name sounds familiar. Sprinter. I watch sports. What other color? Now you mention it, there's a basic outfit in Skyrim. Yellow blue could work. We need to give him like something interesting about his outfit. I just don't know what. The goal was to make like a guard, but not like a fancy pants one. Just your regular primitive guard. Love the art style. Well, thank you. That color looks dirty, and I don't know why. Like combined with that. I can't seem to get this to go right. Maybe too much of a hue shift. Oops. Also, I think we can curve this arm a bit more. So it's not as boring. Might have curved it too much. Also, his eyes disappear when you watch from afar. How so? Why is everyone taller than Teddy? Teddy's kind of short, isn't he? Now let's give him a little bit of a hand here. All right, not too bad, not too bad. That leg, man. I don't know why that leg hates me, though. I can't get it shaped right. Where and when do you plan on releasing your game? Not for a long time. Probably 3 years is the plan, roughly, for development. And its release is probably going to be on Steam. Check the video for description for details. There you go. I'll have to give him something interesting because he's too plain. It doesn't stand out. It's not interesting enough. Make this darker. He could be a lumberyard who cuts apple trees. We already have a lumberjack. You think his chin is very big at the left side? I don't know. I like how broad his chin is. That was sort of my goal, was to make a very broad face, very muscular type of person, which we could define his muscles better. It might help to make him to better sell that. maybe some pectoral muscles. Make him hold a sword over the shoulder. That would require a whole silhouette change, which I'm not doing right now, but I can take a look at that later. Let's see. I need to do more facial work on some of my characters. Oh, we don't have eyebrows. I didn't even realize that. Neither does I keep doing it. Let's see. Probably a bit of shading on the side here. I kind of made him look a little more friendly, like I'll protect you kind of friendly. It's interesting. Could be. Let's see. This guy is not the lazy guy. Wait. I think the problem with the legs is that none of them seem to be supporting the stance. I mean, he lacks a supporting leg, probably. The supporting leg would be this one. What if... I think it's because I'm turning his toes out. What if we... Sort of the shoulder could be... Oh, gotcha. I think he's going to be an archer, probably. But we'll consider it. think this leg's too far back now. Oh, this one's too far forward, I think. Sometimes pixel art is so frustrating sometimes. One little pixel makes all the difference, and it can be difficult to pick the right one. I don't know. Yeah. What are you talking about, Daniel? Yeah, it's pixel art's funny that way. Like, I would not be able to make this type of game in regular art. I used to want to, but that kind of art takes so long. It's very, very tedious. And I didn't get the patience for it. And again, he lost it. What if... I don't know. Oh, what engine? Yeah, Godot. Also, I noticed that I've got their legs equal. They're on the same pixel. Am I doing that with everybody? Could have sworn I changed it. Guess not. I don't know. This is his back leg. The way he's standing, this should be less prominent, I think. So I think we need to put more emphasis on this one. And then bring this one back. That's better. Certainly getting there. You like the shading as it is? I still think it needs a few tweaks, but it's getting there. Yeah. I don't know why I was putting more emphasis on that other foot. That seemed to have been the issue. That's a lot better. Okay. Yeah, I seen that too. I was just thinking about that because that was the goal. I wanted to have small hips and big shoulders. Let's see if we can emphasize that a little more by just tucking that in a little bit. What do you think of that? Versus, let me grab a copy of this. Oops. Yeah, it looks more muscly built. Whereas this one looks chubby. What if we bring his eyes down a bit? One chunky, he's a chunky boy. Make him look more serious, I would imagine. I like it. Still needs something interesting with his clothing, but I think that's a good base. Any ideas for names? Check the Discord. I left you an idea for the clothing there. Oh, look at you. Okay. Let's try that. This is what they sent. So we're going to try something like that because I like how that looks. And I think that's interesting. And it has that that primitive feel to it. I don't know if we'll try it now though, because it is. It's been just about 2:40. I think we'll call it here, but I think I am going to do it. Let's sketch it in right quick to sort of get an idea, because we have the shape. We'll try it out. Who is this? Welcome to the stream, Zadok. This is the town guard. Or one of them. There's going to be a duo. I think we use a less saturated color for that. Much less saturated. More oranges. We'll try that later. I like it, but I don't want to get too deep into it right now. Did you say Town Guard? I did. One of them. I like him, though. I like him a lot. I think he'll have... it seems like, looking at him, like he would have an interesting personality. Like someone that I would like to get to know. Like to learn about him. There's something about him that makes me want to find out who he is. Like he could be interesting. But that is where I'm going to end the stream. Appreciate y'all coming in. If you're interested in seeing the more of, like I said, we're going to be doing art streams because I need to get a lot of art done. The game needs a lot of art. So these streams are going to focus more on art. If you're more interested in the development, then be sure to check out the Discord because that's where I've been streaming every day development on the game. Appreciate y'all for coming in, and I am going to head out. Y'all take it easy.